Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. So, Erika Cruz Hernandez defeats Mayerlin Rivas to become the new WBA super-bantamweight champ. You may remember Erika earlier this year. She fought Amanda Serrano for all the titles, undisputed titles, at featherweight, and she threw God knows how many punches. I couldn't even begin to guess. Um, but of course, the slickness and the schooling of Serrano won the day. It was interesting, this fight. You could sort of divide it into two halves. I mean, Mayerlin Rivas looked like the much bigger woman. She was certainly taller and with a longer range, and yet she is a former WBA bantamweight champ, and she came in as the WBA super bantam champ, whereas Erika had moved down a division. And yes, Erika is very short and stocky, gets stuck in, and once she's in range, these huge winging punches are coming flying in from all angles. Absolutely no finesse about her at all. Um, and for the first half of the fight, I felt that Mayerlin Rivas controlled the Erika's aggression and just managed to keep her sort of in her little box. You know what I mean? It's not that Erika wasn't coming forward. It's just that she wasn't doing it with any sort of apparent conviction. I don't know whether she was pacing herself. I can't believe she was pacing herself. I mean, it's a 10-2. This is 20 minutes of boxing, and Erika has fought like a whirling dervish in previous fights and come out of it, fine, fine and dandy. Um, but I do think that round about the halfway mark, whereas Mayerlin was, counter punching well, using her feet a lot, but at the same time almost allowing Cruz into range and then popping her. In the second half of the fight, she just wasn't throwing enough punches, Rivas. And this allowed Erika, even though I don't think this was Erika's best performance by a long shot, she allowed Erika to sort of get enough punches off to give the impression that she was winning the rounds. Now, Erika was missing with an awful lot of punches. I noticed this. There was also a clash of heads. I can't remember what round it was. Third, fourth, maybe fifth, which left Mayerlin with a cut underneath her eye. I don't know whether that affected her and made her a little bit more reluctant to sort of engage too much. But Erika was able to take over in the second half of the fight. And eventually, I'm sure that her come forward style, even though she was missing with lots and lots of punches, I'm sure that's what won her the fight. Because it was actually a majority decision. One judge had it 95-95. And this is one of those fights where, probably because I watched God knows how much boxing tonight, yesterday evening and this morning, that I'm losing track of which fight is which. But I definitely had Rivas winning after 5 rounds. But I got the impression that Cruz pulled it back, and a draw I thought sounded reasonable. One of the judges had it something like 98-92 to Cruz. I don't think that's accurate at all. But the styles didn't quite blend in the sense that Rivas wasn't able to maintain her, aggressive back foot stuff, and Cruz wasn't really able to get her engine running fully. As we've seen in previous fights, the amount of punches she's capable of throwing is absolutely unbelievable. But she wasn't allowed to do this against Rivas, or didn't seem to have it in her. Now, Rivas is 35 years old. She's from Venezuela. But Cruz herself is no spring chicken. She's 33. I'm just wondering if all these sort of tough, high output fights are wearing Erika out a little bit, because in a post-fight interview she said, I've only had 3 days off, no social life whatsoever. I think she was talking about since the Serrano fight, although she did have a 10-round unanimous decision wide over Melissa Odessa Parker. That was back in September, so it was quite recent. And Melissa came in with a 6-1 record. I mean, maybe Erika's just spending too much time in the gym. Maybe she needs a break now. As you get older, you do need to take breaks and allow your body to recover, because it does take longer for your body to sort of replenish its energy and to repair any sort of niggles you've got. But the Southpaw Erika Cruz Hernandez can now call herself a 2-weight world champ. And yeah, good luck to her. I'm sure there's big opportunities. There was the talk post-fight of putting Erika in with Ellie Scotney. I think that'll be a very good, entertaining matchup. Maybe we can get Erika to come over to Britain to fight. That'll be fantastic. And yeah, onwards and upwards for her. For Mayerlin Rivas at 35, she can carry on fighting. She's in no shape or form, a shot fighter, not by a long shot, quote unquote. But whether she wants to do it, it's all about whether you want to do it. 10-2s is not a long duration of fighting. And one of the commentators actually for this fight was extolling the virtues of 3 minutes, and he said, "Look, this fight was just getting going after 10 rounds. We need the extra minute, even if it's not 12 threes, 10 threes for a world title fight." And I do agree. I do agree with that. I think it was Sergio Mora said that. I think he's right, actually. Anyway, you tell me what you think if you watched this fight. It was on DAZN, Matchroom Show over in America. Let me know what you think. Comments below as usual. I'll answer them, have a read. Thank you for your time. Hit the subscribe button if you don't mind. It takes a second. Hit the subscribe button. It's a big deal. And also, if you could hit the like button as well, that'd be marvellous. All right, guys and girls, I will catch you later, and bye for now.